I love y'all. There's nothing you can do about it.
The curtain will soon close on the Tiffany Henyard show, but not before one last dance.
Supervisor.
Come
on now. People want to know what.
Bombastic side eye. Criminal offensive side eye.
What's next for you?
You know what's next? Why you out here? Why are you out here?
We were there for Henyard's final food giveaway and a new tally of what she's cost taxpayers. On Easter weekend, cars lined up for blocks. Tens of thousands of tax dollars spent for another one of Henyard's famous food giveaways.
Our last hurrah, and I did not vote for that woman, and I never didn't vote for her before, but I'm gonna give me something to eat today.
I like the giveaways, but I don't like her.
Damn!
She's nasty.
She's giving us back what we already gave, but ain't nobody else doing that either.
He needs some milk.
Tiffany Henyard does spend a lot of money, some of it on worthwhile programs, but she's also benefited handsomely and questionably. Newly obtained records show last year Henyard was paid more than $347,000 from Dalton and Thornton Township, the two governments she runs. That's more than Chicago's mayor makes. Henyard's comp includes $282,000 from the township, which also gave her a $4,900 per month expense allowance and an $1,100 monthly vehicle allowance. That's despite the fact Dalton taxpayers spent six figures on two SUVs police used to chauffeur Henyard.
You done lost your damn mind.
Trustee Gray Everett, Supervisor Henyard.
And did we mention Henyard hasn't attended a single meeting since she lost re-election?
Why haven't you been to board meetings since your defeat?
And work.
You don't want to answer? You're still getting paid. Why not go to the meetings?
It just proves that what she was doing was very selfish. It wasn't about the people.
Stephanie Wiedemann worked for the township for 20 years and blew the whistle on many of Henyard's antics.
If she had just said, oh, I made a mistake, everybody would have moved on. We pointed out the mistakes and she put on the show. You know, everybody paid attention because every 2 weeks it was like a sitcom.
Y'all are black, and y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves. You the ones that's costing the village money. Okay. I don't have that call. All right. Okay.
What was she supposed to do? You wanted her to expound that? Don't drag out the meeting.
It's a similar story in the village of Dalton, where a majority of trustees oppose this self-proclaimed super mayor.
Because all this point the finger to Tiffany or allow me, I'm over it.
She not talking to me like.
Now it's time for me to speak.
Henyard spent an hour and a half on Facebook Live after the meeting, making a series of claims.
It's a power grab. That's it. Power and money grab.
For more than a year, Henyard has fiercely fought against her critics.
Y'all are black, and y'all sitting up here beating and attacking on a black woman that's in power. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
She's promised but so far failed to fully explain spending more than $100,000 taxpayer dollars on first-class travel for herself and her allies, public money that went to her now-defunct namesake cancer charity, and expensive events with flown-in celebrities that cost more than $80,000. All of it exposed by WGN Investigates. But now she's taking her fight further, claiming without evidence her opponents are corrupt.
I will be seeking arrests for individuals involved. I will be pressing charges.
You need to leave.
Nobody likes you.
It's a lot. And that's just me telling you a little bit.
As Henyard's grip on power loosens, she's also facing an eviction lawsuit.
I think that in her mind, she feels like she's untouchable, which is a problem.
Landlord Janetta Hull describes herself as a longtime friend of the Henyard family in Dalton, but notes Tiffany and her boyfriend, who makes $100,000 working for the township, make good money while refusing to pay rent.
Me personally, I wouldn't take this level of disrespect.
I have other bills. I have a child to take care of. I can't afford to pay for where you live. You're making $375,000.
Henyard's attorney says he'll defend her against the eviction lawsuit, but he did not explain why a couple who collects nearly $375,000 a year in taxpayer-funded salaries allegedly stopped paying rent. As for Henyard's threat to arrest her opponents on evidence of corruption, keep in mind this is not the first time she's promised big reveals that failed to materialize. WGN Investigates has documented first-class trips for Henyard and her entourage that cost taxpayers well over $100,000. There was a stay at a Four Seasons and steak dinners. In late 2023, this was how she explained it.
I do not handle anything as relates to with credit cards. As you heard me speak today in my board meeting about, I do not handle that.
Some of those charges are for you, though.
No, sir.
You didn't go to Las Vegas? What is that?
No comment.
You don't know if you were in Las Vegas?
Of course I do.
Were you?
It's not paid by them.
Taxpayers are the ones stuck with the bill. The supervisor and others get unusual perks, including $600 a day for every day they travel out of state for the township, and $400 per day for travel within Illinois, plus the cost of their travel expenses. We asked Henyard's successor whether he agrees with the supersized paydays.
What you make is based upon what you are able to deliver. That's more so saying, like, you know, people believe that professional athletes shouldn't get paid millions of dollars, that doctors should be, or teachers for that matter. So I'm not going to get here and go into a debate about what should be getting or what should be this salary or this.
With what we've been through and how easily we saw it is to abuse the system, I think it's important that the residents pay attention and continue to pay attention and continue to hold people accountable.
Despite it all, the spending, a questionable cancer charity, an ongoing FBI investigation, and even a brawl at a board meeting, Henyard still has her supporters.
I think she's doing what men have been doing for years as far as her security and all those things. She needs that.
She give back to the community, so, I mean, what more can people ask for?
And Tiffany Henyard vows the show will go on.
You told us on Election Day we haven't heard the last of you. What's next for you?
It's a lot next for me. Stay tuned.
The FBI is still tuned in. As for the six-figure township supervisor's salary, it was 6 times higher than the leaders of Illinois' other largest townships, but it will be reduced to just over $50,000 per year when the new supervisor takes over in mid-May. Some of the other allowance perks, they'll remain in place.